Hello, thanks for your company this evening. First tonight, a witness has described the moment a car ploughed into a father of two and a midwife who were trying to help a woman who collapsed in the street. Chris Marriott was killed in December last year while helping a woman in the Burngreave area of Sheffield. 24-year-old Hassan Janga denies both murder and manslaughter. Mark Ansell sent this report from court.
The court has been hearing how Chris Marriott was killed on the 27th of December last year when he was caught up in a wedding feud between two families in Burngreave. The jury were told that several other people were also seriously injured when a car driven by the defendant Hassan Jangur ploughed into them. Today, the jury heard that a wedding between Hassan Jangur's sister, Armani, and Hassan Khan earlier in the day led to violence between the two families. It was witnessed by neighbour James Hammond, who told the court he'd seen a fight and Hassan Jangur's sister, Nafisa, being hit repeatedly before she fell to the ground. It was then that Chris Marriott and another passerby, who had both been out on a walk with their families, came to her aid. Mr. Hammond said the next thing he became aware of was a revving engine and a car being driven at inappropriate speed. He said it ploughed straight into them. Chris Marriott died at the scene a short time later. Hassan Jangur denies Chris Marriott's murder or manslaughter and charges of attempted murder and wounding with intent in relation to another victim. He admitted causing death by dangerous driving but denied charges of grievous bodily harm. Meanwhile, Mr. Jangur's father, Mohammed Jangur, denied a charge of perverting the course of justice. The trial continues. Mark Ansell, BBC Look North, Sheffield.
The family of a disabled young man say legal restrictions are preventing the purchase of a new home that he desperately needs. 20-year-old Ronnie has outgrown his current supported housing in Scarborough. His family say the rules on the property contracts mean a new build home can't be bought for someone to be cared in. The care company which helps Ronnie has called it accidental discrimination. Carla Fowler has the story.
Ronnie has outgrown his current home in Scarborough. Now 20, he needs a bigger house with space to move and enjoy the outdoors he loves. He also needs family and carers to be able to stay. He has long-term disabilities and complex needs. A specialist housing provider has made offers on 3 properties on Ronnie's behalf, but they've all fallen through due to restrictive covenants. Now his family are desperate.
It's had impacts on health, having to come against obstacles all the time. You know, it's hard enough for Ronnie with his health needs and living the life he leads, but we keep saying, why can't he have a house like anyone else can?
Restrictive covenants apply to almost all new build properties. Developers include them to ensure a house can only be used as a private dwelling with no business or trade operating. But Ronnie needs 24-hour care and support in his home. The covenants put the provision of regular support services at risk of legal challenge, effectively stopping the house buying process.
I think it's unintentional discrimination. I don't think they mean to cause Ronnie or people like Ronnie any sort of harm by not removing it.
We've got the resources, we've got the money to buy the property, so why does it make a difference if the house is being used for someone with care needs?
Ronnie just needs a home where he can receive support and be close to family, and in this, he's no different from anyone else. Carla Fowler, BBC Look North, Scarborough.
Well, we asked the government's Department for Housing for a response, but were told they couldn't comment because of the general election. One of the developers involved in Ronnie's case, Barratt Homes, told us they're trying to help and would make exemptions where possible. A teenager killed by a falling tree in Nottinghamshire has been named by police. 16-year-old Camille Herbert Ziolko died on Saturday after being struck by a tree at a property near Worksop. 3 people were arrested in connection with his death and have been released on conditional bail. A fundraiser has been set up by his family to cover his funeral costs. So far it's reached almost £8,000. A man accused of trying to bomb a Leeds hospital told police the device was double the size of the Boston Marathon bomb. The trial of 28-year-old Mohammed Farouk also heard how he was in possession of 4 axes, a meat cleaver and multiple knives at the time of the attack. Farouk is accused of planning a terror attack at St James's Hospital last year. He denies the charge and his trial continues. Leeds City Council have today confirmed the closure of 3 nurseries as part of cost-saving measures. The local authority will pull out of running Little Owls centres in Kentmere, Gipton North and Chapel Allerton. More than 90 babies and toddlers are affected by the September closures. A further 12 Little Owls centres could be taken over or merged as part of a review. Hannah Gray reports.
When you drop off your child at nursery, you're dropping off the most precious thing in your entire universe into the care of others.
High quality childcare is one of Hattie's main priorities. 3-year-old Rory and his older brother Sammy have both enjoyed going to Little Owls nurseries in Leeds. Today, Leeds City Council have confirmed they'll close 3 of their nurseries this summer, plus 12 others are now under review, including the one Hattie's son goes to. She fears childcare costs going up and quality going down.
It will leave our most vulnerable children without adequate support, and it will affect the economy because people will have to make decisions to stop working or training.
The council say they're overspending by hundreds of thousands of pounds and are under financial strain.
We can no longer afford to mitigate against the challenges of keeping all 24 open, and so we did an exercise keeping at the forefront at all times the children, their parents and carers, so therefore that guarantee place in another Little Owls setting nearby.
Leeds City Council, here I say!
Philippa's daughter goes to one of the nurseries that will close.
The community that they have built in that nursery is absolutely fantastic. The thought of that being disrupted, a year before she goes to primary school, that's the thing that's making us really sad.
Parents say they'll continue to protest on behalf of their children. Hannah Gray, BBC Look North, Leeds.
Ian Flatt from North Yorkshire, who was diagnosed with motor neuron disease 5 years ago, has climbed his second mountain as part of his latest challenge in honour of Rob Burrow. Ian began the 7 Mountains Challenge on Saturday alongside friends and family. Yesterday he completed day 2, scaling the Wild Boar Fell, the 4th highest peak in the Yorkshire Dales. On Friday he'll go on to tackle Mount Snowdon. Wow, a man with great courage. I joined him the other day, Keely. I still haven't recovered.
That says more about you, Amy, doesn't it?
I know, he's got another 5 to go. Good luck, Ian and team.
Absolutely.
What's the weather going to be like from the rest of the week then, Keely?
Yeah, do you know what? A lot of settled weather to come. We haven't said this for a while, have we? But it's going to get warmer, particularly warm, you'll like to know, early next week. More on that in a moment. Temperatures, though, creeping up over the next few days. A lot of dry and settled weather to come. And tomorrow there will be some cloud around, but there'll also be some spells of sunshine as well. And high pressure is responsible for the settled weather, so making any of these weather systems that head in our direction a lot weaker, only producing 1 or 2 spots of rain. But generally over the next few days it does look like it's set fair and there will be a lot of dry weather. Temperatures reached nearly 19 degrees this afternoon. We did have a bit of cloud through the middle part of the day, quite a bit of cloud in fact, but it has melted away and there are some good spells of sunshine out there this evening. And that'll take us into a fine night, dry with long clear spells. It might be later on in the night we get a little bit of mistiness in places and temperatures will drop back to around 8 or 9 degrees. So a lovely start to the day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and it will be a largely dry day, broken clouds, sunny spells. Just watch out for this strip of medium and high level cloud threatening from the south, quite possibly affecting parts of South Yorkshire through the afternoon. It could be thick enough for the odd spot of rain, the odd light shower, but that's really the exception rather than the rule. Plenty of dry and fine weather with broken cloud for most of us through tomorrow. And temperatures even higher than today, getting up to around 20 or 21 degrees. 21 is 70 Fahrenheit and just above average for the time of year. And those temperatures continue to rise into Friday. There'll be some sunshine around. Areas of clouds spilling eastwards through the course of the day, so it won't be wall-to-wall sunshine. And there could be the odd shower about on Saturday. The best of the sunshine on Saturday will be later in the day. Sunday, the warmer, the drier and the brighter with plenty of sunshine, Amy.
About time too. Thanks, Keely. Well, that's it from us. Tom Ingle is here with your late news. It's still lovely out there if you want to enjoy the evening before then. Bye-bye.